Alright, this is for my web guy and Broham Dom, and also anybody else who might be interested in poultry, backyard poultry. There's our chickens and there's our coop, and my bud Dom asked me how I put the thing together and what I did, and it's essentially Coop Mark II. The first one that I built was a lot smaller, and like a lot of the coops that people start out with, one thing that didn't occur to me was that being 6'3", it's a pain in the butt to not be able to walk into the coop, not just to collect the eggs are one thing, but to clean the coop out. So I kept it simple, and I just built this thing around 4x8 sheets. 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, 4x8 sheets of T111. Put this little window that I had lying around in for some ventilation, which is a big thing with chickens. They're pretty cold tolerant, but they have limited ability to deal with heat. So if it gets really hot, you want to make sure they have plenty of airflow. I use this roofing material that they sell at Lowe's. It comes in sheets. You just cut it with a razor blade to fit. It's pretty cool, easier than shingles, much less of a pain in the ass, and less expensive also than metal. Put a little bit of a slope on it so it drips off. Going around to the other side here, and there's the kernel. I cut this sheet into a door. So that's your door there, that's your access, and see, now you can walk in. And I also put electricity in here, which is another thing I didn't think of the first time I built a coop. But it's really nice to be able to throw the light, have the light on, particularly in winter when the sun goes down at 4 or whatever, and you can't see what you're doing. Also, being able to walk in here, it makes it a lot easier to clean things up. Here's the nesting boxes that I made, mostly just out of scrap stuff that was lying around. Otherwise, you know, pretty generic, basic construction stuff. Studs, that's it. And it's worked really well for me. Here's the heat lamp that we use in the wintertime when it gets really cold to keep the birds from getting gangrene or frostbite on their combs and stuff. And looky here, here's a couple of eggs. Let's see, what else? Alright, turn the light off. So this is how I come in and out of the coop. And here's the little Dutch door that I use for the chickens, so they can come in and out of the coop. A little ramp for them to get in and out of. One thing that is important, or at least we think it's important, we put a little lock catch on it that we close at night, because if you don't do that, it's almost inevitable that raccoons or some other varmint is going to come in there and kill your birds. So that's one way to avoid having that happen. Anyway, here's our various chickens of all different types, and that's pretty much it. Here's the run. I'm going to let them outside now, actually, and let them free range. Come on, birds. There you go. These birds are all happy now. They're getting to come out. Let them run around a little bit. And that's the gist of it. So I hope it helps.